What is today?
Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. No, we did not have tacos for dinner. Wait, we had Mexican for lunch.
For lunch.
We did have Mexican for lunch. I'm Christina and this is Shawn. We're from Katy, Texas. I don't know if anyone's on. I'm gonna try. Maybe you could watch the comments. Oh, be careful with those. Some of those have leaked. Let us know if you can hear us. Maybe a thumbs up or a heart. I hope I have my volume turned up. Let me check it. Let me just check it really quick. Okay, volume is turned up. Shawn's not in the group, so he can't check.
Yeah, what's going on?
So I hope I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey boo. Okay, so Shauna says we are good to go, and she can hear us. Shauna has asked us to come on here and share our Scentsy story. Girl, I'm gonna have to not watch these comments. I miss your face. I was actually just telling Shawn in the car, 5 minutes ago, we just got back from picking up Sonic for the kids, and I was telling him all about you. So he probably feels like he already knows you and your family because I just filled him in. Shauna's amazing. You guys have such an awesome leader. You're looking fierce. Thank you so much. I think you were talking about him, right?
No. She's doing awesome.
So I just wanted to come on here and share our story because he plays a really big part in it.
Not at first, though.
Well, I mean, he did tell me no, not to do it for real. So if you've got pen and paper, maybe write this down because there are a few people that maybe after listening to us and our story, that you might think, okay, who would fit into this category or who would have this why? Because my why over 10 years ago was something and then today it's completely different. So when I wanted to join Scentsy, we were living paycheck to paycheck and we didn't have, I don't even think we had the 99 in our checking account. Like I would have overdrawn our checking account if I would have hit the button.
I think I sold something
right?
and we had like some cash and like it was like our last bit of cash. And
it was either that or like back then, if you use your debit card, it didn't really hit your account.
For like 3 days?
Yes. So I was like, okay, we have until Friday because we had check deposit coming in. So it was really bad. But I had went to a friend's house. So anybody that has mommy friends, that's number one red flag right there, which is a good red flag. And we were having a mommy meetup. We were having wine, we had fun, and the kids were there. Shawn did not go to that, of course.
I didn't go to any of them.
But the host, well, she wasn't even the host. She was a host of the mommy get together, but she had her, maybe you can go.
She had some testers.
If you can get the white lids right out of that bucket there.
Okay.
So while we were there, I was being nosy and I was in the kitchen. And she had these white lid party testers from Scentsy. I didn't know what they were, but I knew this lady had children. So he's gonna show you a white lid party tester. I mean, I'm sure all of you guys know about white lid party testers, but there are people that do not know about Scentsy yet. So this is what I saw. I didn't know what this was. They're colorful, they had lids on them. I said, oh, what's that? Are those like lip gloss for your daughters? And she was like, no, that's Scentsy. Those are the testers. I had a party last week, but you couldn't come. They are massive. Can you imagine carrying around 80 of these? But I was like, ugh. At that moment, I didn't go to her Scentsy party. I declined it because I thought it was an expensive candle. But I really wanted to go to the mommy meetup instead, and I could only drive to her house once because she lived an hour away. And so that's why I said, oh, sorry, I wanted to come here. And she goes, oh, well, that's okay. I haven't closed my party out. You can still order. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I still thought it was an expensive candle. And so she busted out on all of these testers, and she had a catalog. And so I was smelling them, and I was like, oh, Wow, this smells really good. Okay, that's Cozy Fireside from over 10 years ago. It smells bomb. And this is Lilacs and Violets. These still smell. So anyways, I not knowing was smelling all of these testers.
That's strong.
Isn't it?
Holy shit.
And I had all of them, I had like 20 at the table, and it was mine. And I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to order. And she goes, no. I said, I'll take these. And she goes, no, you don't buy these. These are the testers. You get a bar. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what's that? So she showed me a bar. So I've got one in my office. This is Go Go Goji. So she showed me the bar and how it worked, and she showed me her warmer, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got the charity warmer, and I got 3 bars. And
we're from 20 to 3.
Well, because she said I couldn't buy them, and I wanted them all. So I got Enchanted Mist, Mocha Doodle, and Satin Sheets, and I got the charity warmer. Got it home, fell in love, because I was candle girl back then. Remember? I'd have candles.
Yeah, you did. You were. So she would get her paycheck and go to the.
You're gonna throw me under the bus?
Where was the store?
Ross.
Ross. And she would come home with these god awful candles, and like all of our kids burnt themselves on these candles. Seriously, they did. Yeah, like they would blow them out, and then the backlash would go and it'd burn their faces. Like all of our kids have burns on their faces.
No, they don't. But that did happen once.
Yeah, well,
they were never allowed to blow them out. So yes, candle girl here.
And they were cheap because you would get them you would like to buy the bottom of the barrel cheap stuff.
And that's why I wasn't going to go to the party, because I was like, I can just get my Scentsy, not my Scentsy, but my candles at Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshall's or some of those places. Yes, I do love Ross, but I will never buy a candle from there ever again. But I got home and I tried it. I loved it. It lasted, a long time. And then I was like, well, I need more. My bathroom needs it, my bedroom needs it, living room, like all the places where the candles were, I needed Scentsy in there. And I was like, well, he's not gonna let me continue doing this because I had just lost my job. So, right before the holidays. So number 2, write this down. Someone who's just lost their job or needs extra income, you need to think about those people. I was like, that's what I need. So I contacted my friend and I said, how can I get some of this stuff free and have price? Because I need more. And so she connected me with her consultant, and I had an online party. Like, I think I might have just mentioned it on Facebook and said, here's a link, go order if you know the Scentsy stuff. I didn't have a catalog. I had no testers. The lady lived, Baytown is an hour away?
Yeah, at least an hour away.
Like an hour away from us. And some people ordered, and then I closed the party. I was like, okay, well, I'm done. I don't think anyone else is going to order. And like, I didn't even push it. She didn't push it. Not like we have basket parties now. We have Facebook events. We have all kinds of stuff. Didn't have any of that. But she told me, okay, well, for your party, you get this much in free and half price. And what's your wish list? And I gave it to her, and she was, okay, your total is $23.11. I was like, I ran to my purse. I was digging out my wallet. Like, I was like, do you take debit cards? Like, this is unreal. Like, this is a steal. Like, is this even on the up and up? So she goes, okay, well, I'm gonna close your party. She took my credit card order. I was super duper excited. I got more warmers. I got more wax. And so I called Shawn and I said, hey, honey, I need to meet this lady. She's a Scentsy person. They didn't know what Scentsy was. And we're gonna meet at the Target parking lot on 290, which is a freeway here in Texas. And I think it's on the up and up, but can you go with me?
That was could have been a scam.
I didn't know.
I have no idea what you're even doing.
What if the lady didn't show up? What if I
was gonna fix that.
I needed him with me to make sure that it was okay. So on the way there, by that time I did have a catalog, and I'm flipping through it and I'm looking at the back, and I saw that it was $99 to join. And I said, I'm gonna join this place. Like, I called it a place. I said, right. I'm gonna join this place. Oh, hi from Ontario. Hey, Dana. And he was like, no, you're not.
I didn't use those words either.
He might have said a curse word.
Or two.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no, there's a backstory, because she'd done some other direct sales kind of stuff-ish, and...
it failed.
She just It didn't work.
Or maybe I gave up. Maybe I didn't try. Maybe I wasn't passionate about it. I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't a consumable.
It wasn't a consumable. Okay, number 3, write that down. It's a consumable. It works.
It works.
So even though he told me no, we get there, we drive up. She's legit. She had my order. It was all packaged in like a tissue and cello and ribbon. And she even had a bar with ribbon taped on the front of it. It was like my freebie or something. And so he was in the truck with the door shut and couldn't hear anything. And I was like, so what's it cost to join this place? Even though I'd already looked at the book and I knew what it was. And she goes, well, it's $99 to join. I was like, okay. And she goes, well, you only have to sell $200 and once every 3 months. And I was like, well, I'd probably do that in my own orders right now. So I'm good. And she goes, well, you get catalogs and you get testers. And I said, well, I don't need the catalogs because I'm not going to be selling. Do you want them? You can have them. And she looked at me like a deer in the headlights. And I was like, oh, I am so busted. She's going to tell on me. She's going to say that you can't do that. But she didn't say anything. And she goes, oh, that's fine. That's fine. And I said, okay. So I took my stuff and she drove off and we drove off. I didn't say another word to him. We get home. I'm on that computer and I saw her website on the back of the catalog. Clicked join. Prayed that the 99 plus tax did not go through until Friday because I was going to overdraft our checking account. And then I told him I joined Scentsy. And then a box came in. No, you had said, no, you are not. So I was happy. I had lost my job. I did have a severance package from the company. And so my plan was to take off November and December and be with the kids. I'd always worked and we had never had that with the children. So we're gonna go and do pumpkin patch. We're gonna do, photos with Santa, all that good stuff. And I'll work on getting a job in January, February, because no one's hiring right now anyways. And so I just shared that I was having a launch party. Number 4, make sure that you say you're having a lunch party. Anybody that you welcome into Scentsy, have them do a lunch party. I too did it online. I should have had it at my house, but it was a wreck. He didn't like it. We had the kids. He was working full time still. It was during the holidays. I just assumed nobody would want it. Wrong. The holidays are the best time for Scentsy, you guys. Hey, Michelle, I miss you too. Oh my gosh. So I sold like $812. This is where Shawn comes into the picture because I was done. I was like, I'm a shooting star, yay. And if I had joined this month, I would have got that dang kit for free. But I was finished. And I said, hey, I'm going to get 20% at $812. And he was like, well, there's this shooting star kit. Why don't you buy that for $200? And then we'll promote to certified.
No, you'll promote.
He said we will promote to certified.
I'm still pissed at this point.
And then he goes, we're gonna get 25%. And I was like, what do you mean we? You got a mouse in your pocket? Because you didn't like this stuff before, now you do. But I'm more rainbows and butterflies and was happy with my 812. He had the brilliant idea to get us to 1,012. So I promoted my first month.
Extra 5%.
And he said, I will sell something. And so I was able to, because he does sports, he does autographs, he does all kinds of stuff where he can bring in extra income. So he got behind me and was like, okay, so we did that. We earned certified in our first month. And then...
That still wasn't like on board, like at this point.
No, but I had one friend, Lucy Gomez.
Yeah.
And she one of the companies I used to sell for was Premier Designs. Got in, got the kit, sold the kit, kept what I wanted, done. That's the reason why I got into it. And I thought Scentsy was going to be the same way too. Get the kit, sell the kit, use the kit, be done. She calls me and she says, hey, I saw that you sell Scentsy. And she goes, I know how to do parties. I have all these hosts and I'm going to sign up with you. And I was like, I've never been to a party and you want to join my team? Sure, let's do this. Okay, yeah, honey, there's someone that wants, Lucy's going to join my team. He didn't care. So I joined in November. Along comes Spring Sprint, which is World Tour. make sure that you go to any of those when they have them. Me and Lucy go, not knowing what to expect. We are dressed in, what do we do?
Business.
We were business casual because we were used to working in offices. And we get there and people are like screaming in their hats, and they got boas and they got purple and green and stars and bling, and we were like, I don't know what we just got into, but this is crazy. Okay.
Some nuts.
I wanted to say it was nuts, yes. So we're sitting there, we're listening. If anybody is watching knows from back when, Joel Curtis used to work at Scentsy. He was the speaker from home office. And I remember we had a book. He said, I want you to write down 5 goals through the end of the year. This is in February. And I looked at her and she looked at me. I'm like, what are you gonna do? We gotta fill out these goals. Like,
make something up.
Like, we gotta make something up. She was, okay. Well, and I go, well, I'm gonna clean my office. That's a good one. And I'm gonna try to book a party. Yeah, let's do it. And I remember writing on the very last number 5, I said, I want to promote to director. I was shooting big, okay. And so remember, this is in February. So I'll backtrack to my first, in November, I had 812. I didn't know that you could have more than one party at once. So I only had my launch party the first month.
Only one, she thought it was only one party a month.
Yeah. So I had mine first, everyone else got to wait. Well, then I had a friend, Miss Christina. She was a daycare teacher for all of our kids. And she said, Christina, I want to have a party. I need to have a party because all the free and half price is all my Christmas for my family. And again, I'm like, whoa, I've never been to a party. I don't know what to do. Will you take me? Like, I took my kit. I took my shooting star kit.
No, I don't think I did.
You didn't take me?
No, I think I just said, no, you got this. Man. Go ahead.
I took these things with me. I loaded it all in there. Y'all, she had 20 people show up at her party. They fed me food and they gave me wine and they were ordering like crazy. She had a $1,000 party that night. I met all these new friends. It was unbelievable. And then I told him about it. He was like, girl, hold on. Calculate this. That's $250, wasn't it?
What's that?
He was like, you were there for an hour and a half. That's like doctor and attorney pay. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. And then her best friend, Miss Teresa, she said, well, I want to have a party like this too. This is so fun. Can you come to my house? I was like, well, you have to wait. This is December. I can have my next party in January. Y'all, I am not making this stuff up. So Miss Teresa had her party in January. The Margot warmer came out and My Wish scent. They went nuts for it. Of course, I had brought it because I was in Warmer and Scent of the Month. Always number 5. Always sign up for Warmer and Scent of the Month. You never know who's going to love it and order it. And she had a $1,000 party. And again,
so it says the wine's a bonus. Yes.
Oh yeah, totally. So he's calculating that again. It was another $1,000 party, another $250. And again, I wasn't working. I didn't have income coming in. This paid for daycare, or it paid for a phone bill. I don't even know car notes, whatever. And so February, I went to Spring Sprint. February was also a bonus kit month. And I just started sharing and just talking about how it was changing our life, how it was blessing us, what we were able to afford through Scentsy. And friends were joining, friends were joining, like, whoa, it blew up. I had no clue.
Well,
so
I think it worked too because you didn't promote it as a business. You just promoted it. This is what it's doing for us. Mm-hmm. This is what this product is changing. Changing your life, and it's making things easier. And
like the play set. Remember?
Yeah, what's that?
The play set.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
we bought a play set, a rainbow swing set.
I mean, it was like
for the kids.
It was $2,000 or $3,000 for this.
It was a lot of money.
I mean, it was a lot back then, and we were like,
I saved my Scentsy pay and had it on the little card, and we never withdrew it, and we just let it add on there. So November, December, January, February, March, whatever it was that we bought that play set, we paid for it with the Scentsy money, and I just was sharing that. And then Scentsy, or my friends were saying text messages or PMs on Facebook or emailing me, hey, tell me more about this Scentsy stuff because that's pretty awesome. And so they were coming to me, which made it easier.
But you didn't make it spammy and
No.
like.
And back then we didn't have flyers. We didn't have Facebook groups for that. I mean, I had mommy forums, which is how I was sharing it.
It's funny. It worked so much better back then. Than I mean, honestly, like I hate to say that, but it's like, I think it's if you try too hard, or you just say,
people will know.
Yeah, instead of showing a warmer, or saying, hey, buy this. It's 10% off. It's different.
Or you can show how you're decorating your house with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you can share how it was able to help you afford a trip with your family, or buy school clothes, or it's endless, and that's how I was sharing it. And I didn't even know it, that I was supposed to be sharing the opportunity. I was just sharing how amazing it was. And I got to do it while I was off, in November and December. February, I did get a job. And I've had that job since I started, so a few months after Scentsy. So 11 years in November into Scentsy, and I'll be 11 years into the job that I work now. But yeah, so anyway, let's fast forward to March. And it's month end, and I'm working from home. Thank goodness, that was an awesome thing that I got to do. And I'm at my desk, and he comes in from, he did modular furniture, office system, stuff like that. And I want to say he came in around lunchtime. So he must have been on his lunch break. And he says, hey, he goes, where are you at on sales this month? And I was like, today's the last day of the month. He goes, okay, we're at like 5,000 team wholesale volume, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, you can promote to director this month. I was like, I already promoted a superstar consultant or star consultant. I'd already promoted to star. I was like, I'm done. And he goes, no. How many parties do you have out right now? How many baskets do we have out?
That was the thing, baskets.
And I was like, 8. And he goes, okay, where are they at? Where are the ladies' offices? I'm going to pick them up. We're going to close them out. And I was like, but they're not ready to end it yet. This is a brand new catalog month. And he goes, that's okay. We're going to close them out now. They're going to redeem their free and half price. And then we'll open up another party for them on April 1st. They could start again. We'll true up the difference somewhere, shape, or form. I was like, rainbows and butterflies, me. I was like, I'm happy I promoted a star. He was like, no, we're making director. I was like, okay. So he seriously drove to all these businesses, all these homes, everywhere around town. Yeah. He was bringing me back the baskets, and I was placing the orders. And I did it until...
And back then, you couldn't really see what we see now.
Oh yeah, there's no updates. They were like every 5 and 6 hours. It was nuts. I thought month end ended at midnight central. It's 2 a.m. And so I'm keying in orders. He's delivering, bringing them back to me. And back then I thought that you had to hurry up and put your orders in at one time, or else you would lose them. I didn't know that you could put it in and it would save you and come back to it. So I didn't eat that day. My kids probably didn't eat that day, or maybe y'all did later. I don't even know.
Who knows?
But we got down to like 10 o'clock at night, and he's like, where are you at? And I said, oh my gosh, like I think we're at 9,500 in team wholesale volume, I think. And he goes, I was like, we're not gonna make it. And he goes, no. He goes, hold on. You have an event coming up at the daycare. It's the Mother's Day Out. It's coming up in May. You're gonna set up a booth. They've already asked you to. You need stock. And I was like, how am I supposed to know what these people are gonna want? There's gonna be grandparents there and parents, like, what do we get? He was like, I don't know, just order the best, highest selling, or not highest selling, but top warmers.
Like Luna and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, bars, stuff like that. And he goes, I'm gonna invest in you. I will put in $500. You place that order for the event that we need. We're gonna sell it for Mother's Day Out in May. And I was like, okay. So I'm keying in the very last order. I put it into a party order. I get my free and half prices. I'm gonna take that to the event too. And I hit submit. And my sponsor, the one that I joined under, who lived in Baytown, you guys, she quit Scentsy when I was like, she quit Scentsy. So my sponsor was like in Utah. And I was like, Utah, I can't call her. I can't bother her. I can't bug her. I don't
know her.
So we went to bed and we didn't know, and we hoped that we made it. Well, the next morning, numbers don't update. It was like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I was heading into the office, and was it you that called me? One of us saw it first before the other. Y'all, our team wholesale volume was $10,007. We made it by $7.
But it went from 5,000 to 10,000.
I couldn't believe it. And you know, I had like 5,000 in my own PRV that month because of all those basket parties that I closed. But then my team of 19, they were closing parties as well. We didn't know to shout out anybody. We didn't know to tell someone how close they were. So there was none of that going on. It was pure luck. Pure luck. So if you remember at Spring Sprint in February, number 5, my goal was to make director by December. I hit it in March. I'd been with Scentsy for 4 months. Crazy. So yes, we always tell everybody, just like Shawn said, it's never over until the end.
Never give up.
Because you never know what your team is doing. You never know when an order might come in. You never know when somebody might join or they get flipped and now all of a sudden they're active, which means that person promoted, which means the other person promotes, which helps you promote. Like, you just never, ever know. So again, with those checks, you know, $250, $600, like they just kept going up and up and up. And when boxes would come in with the Scentsy logo, he was thinking, oh my gosh, you buy more Scentsy. Before that, but you were.
Yes. But then it was like, hey, can you help me? And then I would do something. And it was like, you're not doing it the right way. Or you're not doing, you know, so my wife is a control freak.
But it was better than, it allowed me to sleep.
We've been married for 26 years. And my wife is a control freak. But in a good way. Like, we have no issues with that. But it was, always said it was her business. And she was like, no, it's our business. And I'm like, no, this is your business. And again, she, you know, no, it's ours, but whatever. So that was like the biggest thing for me to try to help her with it, because it would be like, you didn't label these in the right spot. You know, or.
But I will say, I have not entered an order on the workstation in years. He orders for us because this girl who was rainbows and butterflies and thought I was getting a good deal on a bulb for 50 cents at half price. He was like, what? No, you need to get 6 packs. You need to get combos. We're going to sell that and make half the money back on it. No, you're not allowed to even do that anymore. So his brain financially works so much better than mine. I'm la 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 happy. So us working together, it actually made us better, because 2 brains are better than 1, of course. But we can help each other out. We can support each other. We cheer each other on. He's got ideas. I've got ideas. We mesh the ideas. And so after.
If we don't like each other's ideas, my office is on the other side of the house.
Well, it used to be at the kitchen table.
Yeah, it used to be at the kitchen table. Yeah.
But then I'll fast forward to 10 months into my Scentsy journey. We had 2 directors promote in the same night while I was at another mommy event in New Orleans. It was a meetup with moms. Both of them promoted the same night. They're both moms as well. So if I haven't already told you, moms, teachers, nurses, good people that you need to come in contact with when sharing the Scentsy opportunity, which made us promote to star director. And then I went to boot camp. So if you haven't ever been to boot camp, you need to go. It is an absolute must. I even sent Shawn to boot camp with Scentsy on his own. He has his own boot camp group, as I do, because it was that important. But I mean, those are his boot camp buddies. Like, I don't even know them, but he does. He has a relationship with them.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to go.
But while you were at boot camp, he at the graduation night, he was in flight to come home. We promoted to superstar director after we had been in Scentsy for 22 months. And you guys, we didn't have any of those plans. I was playing around when I wanted director, but just so blessed with everything that came. So in between that 1 year, since joining, when my Scentsy pay matched my full-time pay, I asked Shawn to quit his job and work Scentsy with me full-time. And he was like,
No.
what? No, my friends are gonna make fun of me. This is, no. I don't play with candles. That's what they're gonna think. No. He did, cause he would come home and talk shop talk. He would hate the commute to work, although it was like 7 minutes from the house. But I needed help. I was working full time. I was doing Scentsy till 12 o'clock in the morning, getting back up at 6 to go to work, or till 2, whatever it was. Growing our team.
And we got kids, and the whole thing.
So he said yes. And the funny thing is he was like, my man card is in my back pocket because I get to wear shorts and flip-flops, and I go to lunch when I want. I am my own boss. I can ask my friends, hey, let's go to lunch. You want to go? And they're like, no, man, I got to work. And he was like, oh, sucks to be you. But I've heard him say that, and I'm like, oh, you just told him. And when you get older, like, we're no spring chicken. Like, furniture business is hard. It's heavy stuff. I mean, granted, he managed, and I
did a lot of work too,
he would get down and do the work with all of his workers too. So Scentsy has afforded him to be retired for the last 10 years. And again, I still work full time because my pay, our insurance, 401k, and
she loves it.
I love it. Like I am
she's a workaholic.
My official title is sales. It's manager of sales administration. I take care of 5 executive vice presidents, and we're a disaster company. So it could be traveling, it could be events, it could be expense reports, it could be meeting, booking appointments, like the whole 9 yards. It could be taking care of our office. I'd be an office manager, everything, like jack of all trades. And I love doing that, and I love taking care of people, and I've done that my entire working life. So it makes it easy to do it with Scentsy, with my customers, with my hosts,
your husband,
and my team.
Because you take care of me.
So that's why, if you're wondering, why don't you just quit your full-time job and do Scentsy? We totally could. And if I were to get laid off tomorrow, I would probably jump up and down for joy. I don't think you probably would. But I would be able to work my business more. I would be able to train our team more. I would be able to do more opportunity meetings, either at our home or at a local, the swimming pool or community pavilion where we live. Like, I don't have time to do that. But I am able to work full time and still do all the things with Scentsy that's still required. And I'm proud to say that, because we wouldn't tell our team, hey, get sales, hey, get hosts, hey, build your teams, if we're not doing it too. So we strive for annual sales award, annual mentor award, the monthly sales award. Like, we're in the trenches with our team as well. But we still love it. When a box comes in, we're ripping into it. What's here? What's now? Like, right now we're checking out the glam collection.
But when I was saying earlier though about her like being
a control freak.
Control freak. If a box comes in and I open it, oh my God, the world just ended.
I may say, wait, I'm not ready to open that, because out of sight, out of mind, he'll unpack it, put it to where it needs to go, label it, and then I'm like, what happened to that special warmer that just came in? I get to see it. Oh, that was a week ago, girl, you're behind. And I'm like, but I was busy. I didn't. So, I'm at my desk 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So after 5, it's like, what's came in from Scentsy? Hey, let's smell this, let's do that. And he's like, girl, I done worked my 8 to 5 Scentsy.
I work my 6 to 5.
He does, yes. It's more like, hey, I'm finished. It's time for dinner. Let's, watch a movie or Netflix or, whatever it may be. And I'm just now getting started, so I have to control that mode. But yes, it doesn't get old almost 11 years later. So if you think, I'm all burned out, it doesn't. They come out with LTOs, they come out with new catalogs, they come out with warmer scent of the month. There's always something that can get you excited about Scentsy. And he nailed it earlier. It's a consumable.
Yeah. I mean, I think
everyone needs more.
Yeah.
Always.
And if you work it like a business and then you get that paycheck at, the 9th of the month, it does, I mean, how in the heck can that get old? And that's the thing. I think, so I always tell people, they're like, well, you don't have time. And I'm like, I can excuse bust anything. I mean, we've talked about that. We're like, when we travel, she works full time.
Yeah, the trips are awesome.
I mean, not even just those trips. Like, we travel, we do a lot of stuff, because this business has afforded us that.
And with my full-time job, I don't get stock options. It's a private company. I don't get bonuses. I don't get trips. I don't get none of that stuff. I get my paycheck, my benefits, my 401k, and that's it. So with Scentsy, they're giving me the commission check for my hard work, but we're also earning trips. So we're getting awards, we're getting bonuses. Like, you don't get that from a regular full-time job. Like, Scentsy takes care of us. So, but yeah, now we're taking our kids on those trips, whereas before it was they were little and they didn't really travel, or they wouldn't have remembered. Now they're old enough to know what Scentsy is, and if they want to help us, or they understand the money and the time that we do with Scentsy affords us all of these nice things, because we don't want them to resent it. We want to be able to pass it on to them,
right,
when if something, heaven forbid, happened to us. Or if we retire.
So if you see us at an event and you see kids with us, those are ours.
Yeah, and we may take them to SFR, and we're very respectful. Shawn will keep them at the hotel, whereas I'll go to the meetings, but we want them to be a part of it, or we'll extend before or after the event and do fun things with the kids.
Absolutely.
And if it's kids' night or if it's something where children can come, we'll buy them in. But we want them to love Scentsy like we do and not resent Scentsy, because it takes us away from them. So we include them. But yeah, so I would say in a nutshell, I am so glad that I did not listen to him when he said you're not joining.
Absolutely. I'm glad you didn't listen to me either.
And now I can say,
Lord.
I told you so, I told you so.
The only time, but yes.
But yeah, it's been awesome. But he's a huge, huge help. He does so many things while I'm doing so many things. He's good at certain things. I'm good at certain things. So we just mesh so much better. So I hope that you have a supportive spouse or significant other or partner.
And if not, if your check gets to where it's noticeable, then I think that's when I noticed. Like, I knew, I was like, oh crap, this thing is real. Like,
leadership.
Like, yeah, I mean, when you're like $100 check or something, you're like, oh, okay, well, that's great. But then, when it's $1,000 check and it's 1,000, and it's another, and then it's this and it's that, then you're like, whoa, okay, this is like legit. If you can get your business to get there, I think that's when, for most husbands, like me, I'm like, I hunt, I do manly stuff. Like, I'm a man's, I would say a man's, kind of thing.
Barbecue, football, sports.
I mean, I love that
fishing.
Kind of stuff. So I think it's not past any guy. I mean, when they see money, and for me, it was like, well, wait a second, my wife's making more money than I used to make in a year. Now she's, makes it in, a month, and I'm like, but it's okay, and I think. Because
you are contributing.
Well, and I think, yeah. And so I think if that's the thing is get your husband, if you can't get him involved now.
Just show him the checks?
Start showing him checks. And then, they get bigger and bigger.
And hopefully they will see that it makes you happy and Absolutely. It builds your confidence. And
we can go into that too, but
yeah, he will tell you before Scentsy, I would not have eye contact with people. I would walk with my head down. I had zero confidence in myself whatsoever. And there was nobody to give that to me ever. And Scentsy, brought me out of my shell. I can talk to anybody. I can share anybody. I can say, hey, do you like this bar? It's amazing. Or, hey, this lilacs and violets. I mean, and if they say no, oh, it's no problem. Let me place your order. You didn't want the other one. I'm trying to upsell them, but they didn't want it. No problem. I'll place your order and I'll let you know when it's in and Shawn will deliver it to you. Thank you. See how easy that was? But I'm like, she should have bought this too. But it's okay. I can do that with anybody. Same thing with excuse busting. I can excuse bust somebody all day long. Throw it at us and we will tell you, no, there's a time and a place where you can do this business and you can work full time and you can have kids and you can do sports and you can do extracurricular activities and you can have dogs. It is so easy to do that you can do it with all of that stuff too. But yeah, bring the excuses.
Well, I had a consultant the other day tell me for 30 minutes that she just didn't have time to do whatever.
This is back and forth on a thread.
This is back and forth on a thread, right? And I'm like, and at the same time that we're doing this thread, I'm over here, I'm doing post ideas that we do for our team to kind of help them if they can't,
come up with an
idea. And so I've done like a half a dozen of them, and I put them in this thread, and then I go back and we're sitting there.
And he only tells me this, but he said, you know what? In the 30 minutes that she told me that she didn't have 30 minutes to work her business, she could have worked her business. But she chose to comment on here about how she couldn't work her business. So she just wasted that time. So it can be done. And we're living proof, or we're going to continue. And of course we do because we love it. And we're blessed by it.
Very blessed.
So fast forward now, and I don't even know when, it was probably when we were, before we were star director. So the why has changed. I just wanted the kit and I wanted the discount and I wanted to write off on our taxes back then. Now it's, how can we change other lives? How can we help another person get $1,000 check, a $200 check, a $500 check? How can we help someone earn a trip so they can see how amazing they are and get spoiled rotten and want to earn another trip? Or buy a new car, or put money down on a home, or go on and spend money to go to Disney. These are things that are outside your normal life that you wouldn't have afforded without Scentsy. That is why we do it now. So that why just can change. And then to answer Shauna's question, taking our kids to vendor events, yes, we have. We prefer that they help us unload and load, but they don't stay during the entire event. Have you remember?
No, and it's been like,
we would do like crawfish festivals, so they're 3-day events.
Yeah.
And they're like 10 in the morning until 10 at night. Like they don't need to be there. We'll get a sitter to watch them for that weekend, which is kind of like a little vacation for them because they got away from us.
Or I'll go do the event. Like I started doing events by myself and whatnot.
Yeah. The only thing he won't do is a home party.
I will.
He'll take me there and bring my stuff, but he won't actually do the home party. But he does vendor events. There's a realtor one that he does every holiday season. It's at a realtor's house.
It's fun because they feed me and they got beer. So,
And they open up every room in her house becomes a vendor spot. So the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, the hallways, every spot is taken. And she gives her guests who come a free, what is a pie?
Yeah, you get a pie.
You get a pie. You guys, they come out of the woodwork to get a free pie.
Yeah. If anybody that's ever bought from them or bought a house or whatever, they all come to this event. And then, they'll spend, that's like cash and carry for us. And we'll do, we can do $500 at that thing. And it's a couple hours.
Yeah. And so the kids don't go to that. He goes by himself. We just load everything up. But if we do a 1-day event, we will ask the kids to help us get the tables in, get the product in. And then he takes them back home, and I can pretty much take care of the event by myself. But
we try not to do like big events anymore like we used to.
We would rather pass those on to our team members who are starting off. So if we know that there's an event coming up, hey, who wants to do this? Hey, who's in this town? Hey, who's over here? Hey, there's an event coming up. This is the booth B. Who's interested? We would much rather them get the sales, the contacts, and be able to do that event for years to come.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yes, they've been to events with us. I don't think they've ever been to a home party.
I don't think.
Because at first, when I would do home parties, he would watch the kids.
Yeah.
And then if it was events, they would help me. And they do projects from labeling bars to folding showcase brochures to putting things in packages. Absolutely. And we will tell them, hey, you're going to get paid. We don't tell them how much. They blow us out of the water because they actually go for it. And then they see the money that they get afterwards, and they're super excited that they didn't kind of flake out on us. Like, wow, mom and dad took care of us. So we like to make it a family affair. But that's about it. That's our story. I don't know if, I'm sure there's other people out there that have a story similar to ours. But it is just so much, it's been so much better with the two of us doing it together. So when we go to SFR, or if we go to World Tour, I mean, we've been to them with and without each other.
Yep.
We've been to Superstar Director Summit with and without each other. But we love going together because we get to see our team members and they know both of us. And a lot of our team members might resonate better with me, and some of them resonate better with him. Like, they won't even talk to me, but they'll talk to him. And that's okay. Whoever they have the better relationship with, whatever works best, text Shawn, PM Shawn, or some of them will message to me. And he has his own recruits. He onboards them. I have my own recruits. You try to get me to onboard yours. I'm like, no, you talk to her. I don't know who she is. But yeah, it's tag team, and it just works. So
it's like wrestling. We just, whoever's in the ring and needs a break, we tag and
pass the baton. But we celebrate together. We work together. There's ups, there's downs, there's happy, there's sad. There's more happy than anything else, I will tell you. But there's not a day that goes by that we don't wake up. What are we gonna do now? What's today? Okay, what's the plan? What are we going to work on?
If I'm not hiding in my office.
Well, if he's in his office, that means that he's working on our website, or he's helping our team members with ideas to help grow their business. So it doesn't stop. Like, we throw up on our team with information, but I'd rather do that, because when I joined, I didn't have any of that information. We didn't have the groups. We didn't have the flyers. We didn't have all these trainings and stuff. We didn't have any of that. So I'd like to give them everything that I didn't have and more, to help them be successful. So we probably rambled on way too long. I yap way too much. But yeah, Shawn, thanks for coming in here and talking with us.
My back's killing me. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. He is on a chair. I'm not that bad. I have actually had him sit on an upside down trash can one time during a live on our team page. And then he fell over, and it was all on live.
I crunched it.
Like, he crashed. And when you're live, you can't stop that. You can't make it up. You can't just turn it off. We just rolled with it. And it's the funniest thing ever that our team always talks about is, hey, are you going to be at a trash can tonight?
Yeah.
I still have the trash can. We pushed it out, the metal pieces and all of that. But anyways, Shauna, thanks so much for having us. It was an honor. We are so happy that we have you in our lives, that we've been able to meet you and so many others through our Scentsy journey. Met Shauna at a retreat, and so if you're able to do anything like that, any kind of event with Scentsy, definitely go. Leaders are born there, and you make these connections that are just amazing. So as soon as this COVID stuff is over, maybe we can all get back to that. But anyways, thanks again for having us. We hope that this helps at least one person, if not more, to maybe take some of these ideas and use them to who you might share the opportunity with next, or thinking of ways that, hey, how can I bring my partner in to do this Scentsy with me, because it's fun stuff. Okay, you guys, well, I'm off to have dinner. I'm sure many of you guys are as well. Yes, can't wait to see you guys soon, and have a wonderful night. And an awesome rest of your month end. I hope you close August with a bang. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.